All right, so we're getting started. I'm so excited about this because so many people are promoting this month and so many people have, maybe it's your first promotion, maybe you're going Ruby, or maybe you're already Ruby and shooting for another rank, and you just are trying to figure out what is the best way to go about this and make it happen in the most effective, most smooth way possible. And so the first thing I want to go over, and I have like several different like steps going into this, but the first thing that I want you guys to really focus on when you're promoting is getting into the mindset and knowing like what it's gonna take to get to that next rank. Like how many people on here, like what rank are you going for this month? Put it in the chat. I wanna get like a vibe of like what kind of people, like where people are at, and so I can kind of direct it mostly to that rank. Okay, so we're going somebody going Ruby, Diamond, Emerald, Rubies, doubles. Okay, we have a lot of people going for Ruby, Emerald, and Diamond. Okay, all right, so here's the thing. So getting to Ruby, you already know what you need, right? Everybody knows the gist of the chart. So 3 distributors for Ruby, and you need, each of those distributors needs 400 in sales, and you need a total of 2,000 GV. So in a nutshell, okay, that's like everything that you're gonna need is that, okay? And you need to break that down into smaller goals to eat so it's more attainable and not as overwhelming. And as we go through this, I want you to put in the chat, when you hear me say something like, does this overwhelm you? Do you feel like you need a little bit more like clarity on something? Don't be afraid to put it in there, so like I can kind of go further and dig into it so you kind of understand and feel more confident about it. But going into this and knowing your mindset. So when you first hear 2,000 GV and 3 distributors, what do you feel? Put it in the chat. Does 2,000 GV overwhelm you? Does 2,000 GV intimidate you? Or does it get you excited? Like, where are you at when you hear the 2,000 GV? Okay, that's a lot. It does overwhelm you because you're doing it yourself. 2,000 was overwhelming at first. Getting people pumped. Holy crap, overwhelmed. Okay. Okay, so looking at 2,000, I'm just gonna assume everybody's starting at ground zero here. Like we all have 0 GV, right? So we're gonna build that up. So anything you have, any extra volume that you have, or like distributors that aren't necessarily promoting with you, those are going towards what I call cushion volume, which is just extra volume to make you reach your promotion faster or have you give that maintenance volume. So you have to go into this with the mindset of knowing, 1, you should not be promoting on your own. That's the number 1 thing you need to understand. You should be working with team members that are excited and excited people only. Will you pull a lot of the weight? Absolutely, because you're the leader and you determine the pace of the pack. So you go into this knowing, I'm going Ruby, or I'm going Emerald, or I'm going Diamond, or Double, or whatever, and you know that you're gonna be the one who's gonna be pulling in 80% of this work. And then yes, you're gonna have people, when people get customers under me, that's a bonus for me. I get excited because that's helping me get closer to my goal, helping them get closer to theirs, and it's a team effort all around. So what mindset work are you doing every single day? And I know I'm gonna be doing a video on this probably tomorrow on just journaling and manifesting and all the good things about that. But you need to be journaling daily. You need to have a self-development kind of routine going. Like, what book are you listening to on Audible or reading if you're more of like a face-to-page reader or whatever? You need to be reading a book every single day, because some days you're gonna feel amazing about yourself. And there's some, like, especially on promotion months, there's months, or there's days where you feel like you're all the way up here and you're amazing and everything's great. You signed 3 loyal customers. And then there's days where you're like down here and you're like, oh my God, it's not happening. I can't do this. Everybody's saying no. Nobody's commenting on my host post. Everything's going bad. And then it's like, oh my gosh, everything's good again. And so a lot of times people, the reason they don't promote is the first time they hit this dip, they stop. Because they're like, okay, I didn't sign a loyal customer for 2 days. There's no way I'm going Ruby this month. And then they completely stop. And then there's people who go up a little bit and then they just stop here because it isn't as high as the point over here. And so going into this, you need to know you have to have a strong mindset. You're going to be working on your self-development daily, reading a book or listening to Audible, and journaling your goals and manifesting every single bit of your promotion, because that's important. And what you think about is what you believe in is what's going to happen, versus like if you say, if you write one thing but you don't believe it, then it's not going to happen. So a little bit into charting, okay? So this is the beginning of the month. So as a leader, you should have 1,600 volume after building your team legs. You should have 1,200, and you personally should have 500. Every single leader on here, if you're promoting, you should have a personal volume of 500, and your team under you should have 500 each. If a Ruby leg, if each of your 3 had 500, that's 500, 1,000, 1,500, and you would make the 4th 500 leg, which means it's 2,000. So that's how that should go. And every single time you enroll a new distributor, their first goal should be 500 volume. They need to know how to get to 500 immediately so they can teach their new team that will come into them, and when they start training distributors, how to get 500 as well. It's a very good cycle. And you guys want to know a little secret about 500 volume is when your team starts building 500 volume, imagine what 500 volume across your top line would do for your check. All of your personally enrolled people have 500 volume. That's going to boost your check and boost your check and boost your check. So it's going to be amazing for not only them getting a nice paycheck, but it's also going to be good for you boosting your paycheck as well. So everything across the board should always be 500 volume. It's just amazing for maintenance. It's amazing for everybody in general. So just start doing that. Do you suggest keeping volume under you for a higher check until you get distributors that work, or place loyal customers under them? Okay, so I would place loyal customers under them to get me to Ruby and above, but I wouldn't do it for all 3 legs. So it's just like there's never going to be a time where you guys have all of your legs working and everything is going perfect in the world of rainbows and unicorns. That's just not a reality. So what you need to do is when you have 3 legs, okay, at Ruby level, I would 100% say it's cool if you have 1 strong leg and 2 that are like meh, okay? And then when you go for Emerald, the next strong leg comes in. That's when you start building to find that next, you start fishing. Who's going to be the person that's going to go Ruby to help me get to Emerald? That's where that comes in. And then you have the 2 strong legs, and those 2 strong legs rock it with you until you're double diamond. Then the 3rd leg becomes important. So you as a leader would fill the middle leg, the dead leg, all the way up until triple diamond. But it's always and always, always, always something going to be a factor in your chart where you're going to be, like I said, pulling 80% of the weight. And there's always going to be people in there that are not working, and some are like kind of working, like a halfway work. And then there's people that are bossing it out like you, right? So I recommend doing the 500 boxes, working that with people that want to work no matter what level they're on. I don't care if they were enrolled by like my 45th distributor down, like I'm still working with you if you want to work. So making sure you're paying attention to that and paying attention to who's working and who needs help, making sure you reach out. But we'll kind of get into that for a second. But yeah, so answer that question. And I have the legs, I need the volume. And you could definitely, you 100% can reach the volume by the end of this month. If you have 0 volume, you can hit it by the end of this month. So charting and figuring out how many distributors you need and how much volume you need. So if you don't know how to chart yourself, put it in the chat right now. And I'm not saying like, okay, so you know as a Ruby, you need 3 distributors, right? That's all you need for Ruby is just 3 on your top line. And then at like across, so that means you personally enroll or your upline put something there, whatever, have 3 across the top. And then if you're going Emerald, you should know that's made up of 2 rubies, right? So you have 2 rubies over here and then you have 400 leg in the middle. And you should have your chart out at all times. During promotion month, your chart should not leave your site. If you're working, it's there. You need to know how many people you need to reach that next promotion. So you need to look at your chart right now and say, okay, for Emerald, that's, what is that? 4, 8, 9 people. So I have 9 people and I need to go Emerald. Or if I only have 5 people, I need 4 more distributors, right? We look at that and we say 4. Well, maybe you look at your chart, maybe you have 5 people, but 2 of them are talking to you. Like the other, whatever I just said, if you have 5 and the other 3 aren't talking, you got 2 talking to you. These are the people you're working with, but you need to enroll more distributors to fill those 3 that don't work. So if you have, let's say 5 people in your chart, 2 are working and talking to you, and then you're gonna need 7 distributors to get yourself to Emerald. Because that's how you're gonna get a good chart. You're gonna be working with the team, and you don't wanna drag along. If they're not answering you, if they don't have, the respect to just message you back or get on Zooms or be on power hours or listen, like response and stuff, you tag them in, then you move on and find the next person. And a lot of times what holds people back from this and what pushes them and kind of like makes it so it's harder to rank up, and maybe you've been pushing for the same rank for like what seems like forever, is because you're trying to push people that aren't ready to promote. So enrolling new distributors is intimidating to so many. If you're intimidated by signing distributors, if you feel like you struggle with that, I want you to put a 1 in the chat. And I want you to kind of come to this and be like, all right, I admit it. I'm intimidated by it. I'm afraid to do it. I don't know if I can do it. It's hard for me. Okay, so most people in here struggle with signing distributors. Okay, so why do you feel, I want you to honestly put in the chat, why do you feel it's hard for you to sign distributors? Is it because you don't know like what to message? Is it because you don't know how to attract them, what to talk about? Put it in the chat. Why are you not? Are you not working? Is that why you're not signing distributors? Like that's what I want you to come to, like say it out loud and breathe it off your chest so we can get that energy gone and out. But you have got to get, like figure out why you're not, because it's simple, guys. Signing distributors is one of the easiest things we can do in this business. And it's one of the fastest things you can do to boost your volume and one of the fastest things you can do to promote. Even though if you already box enrolled, let's say you got 9 people and you're just chilling, everybody's working, you live in the magical unicorn world. If you want more volume, you enroll more distributors. Why? Because they're gonna come in and they're immediately working on their customers. So they're working on their 500 club, getting their 500 volume, and you're gonna be working on signing distributors and getting volume as well. And so how fast is that gonna add up for you? You no longer are gonna have to be worrying about, will I hit 2,000? Will I hit the 5,000 for Emerald? All those things go away because you automatically have people pumping it out with you. Okay, so we have a lot of these common fears. So I'm gonna kind of just brief through these really quick, but don't know how to attract them. Have you watched Social Media Academy or done any research at all on attraction marketing? Watching posting videos? I don't know how to message. Have you watched any messaging videos? Looked in the files for messages to send? Afraid to ask. Why do you feel afraid to ask? Does that mean like you're not confident when you talk to them? And do you feel like, are you just afraid they're immediately gonna say no? Like, what do you feel when you message? I need to know that. How to attract them. Attraction marketing, you need to be, guys, if you don't know how to do attraction marketing, I have a video of it on my YouTube called How to Slay IG. But I'm gonna do a more in-depth one and kind of go over a little bit more, but I want you guys to take the initiative to Google search, because I was not a pro at this, believe it or not. I've only been doing attraction marketing for like, well, it's July already, but I've been doing it since like I guess August, so it's almost been a year, but I was not a pro at this. I started Googling how to get more people to pay attention to your social media. How do you attract people to your Instagram? What is a great topic to talk about on Instagram? And I started getting more ideas on how to do stories, how to do, what posts are gonna pull people in, how do I get more likes? I started like just taking the initiative to figure that out. And once I did, I wrote down tips and I started following it. And next thing you know, I've got people beating down my door to sign up to be on my team. And it's still like that today. So make sure you're going out and like talking to people, or you're going out and researching the stuff and talking to people every day on your Instagram, because that is crucial. Once I tell them the price, they don't reply. Do you automatically assume because you say $99, they're gonna crap their pants and just die off into the black hole? Because a lot of times, like you guys, here's the thing. When I'm signing people up on Instagram, and this is how my mindset is when I talk to people, and I want you to kind of like write this down, take it into account, because this is how you gotta be when you're signing people. When somebody talks to me about the business, I'm interested in joining your team, okay? In my mind, I'm like, cool, I'm signing a distributor today. I already know you're signing up. And then when I'm talking to them, okay, cool. And I have, like, my conversations are the simplest things ever. So I'm interested. I'm like, okay, cool. Basically what I do is blah, 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 blah. And I'll put it in here so you guys can, let me make sure this is a public message, but for all the new people on here and you don't know my message already, but this is literally what I said. So basically what I do is post on social media sharing our health and wellness products. By doing this, I find people interested and I help them select the products best for them. Once they are ready, I send them to my website and walk them through ordering, which makes me commissions and bonuses off their orders. And then I send a separate message. Does this sound like something you'd be interested in doing? And obviously they're gonna say yes. I'm like, oh my gosh, awesome. So how much monthly would help you? Or how much would, be beneficial for you and your family? And then they'll usually say like $500 or $1,000 or whatever. I'm like, oh my gosh, awesome. We could totally do that. Are you working now? I get to know them a little bit, and then I'm like, okay, great. When are you wanting to start? And they'll usually say like, well, right now, can I start now? And I'm like, absolutely. It's only $99 to get started, and you're gonna get like a kit filled with products you can try, and I can start training you ASAP. Are you ready to start now? And they're like, yes. And they get started, no questions asked, everything's done. And in the system within like 30 minutes. And so I know when I'm talking to them, they're signing up. If you don't have the $99, you're about to have the $99 in about 4 seconds, because I'm going to give my spot away to somebody else if you don't. That's how I go into this, knowing I'm going to sign you up. I know you're going to do it for the $99. And when we have bonuses like this, where like it's like cool to sign them up for $49 or whatever, that means you should be in like double time mode, overtime. Everybody's flocking to you. You can't keep up. Your hands are going to fall off because everybody's wanting to join your team. Have you ever, anybody struggling to sign, like anybody that struggles to sign distributors, have you ever went into it with that mindset where you're like, I'm a boss, I'm going to do this, I know they're going to sign up. Like if you haven't, that's probably why you're not signing distributors, because they can immediately tell in the tone of your text that you are uneasy about it, you're nervous about it, and they can just feel those vibes and it puts them off. So, okay, so let's see here. Afraid to ask. Okay, being afraid to ask. Has anybody on here been asked to join the business? Say yes, like yes, no, right? Like most of us were asked to join this business, okay? Most. And so if you were asked, do you ever get irritated with or were you like, oh my God, why did you ask me to join this? Like, no, because you got started, right? And were you ever, like, are you mad at your upline for getting you started with this? Like, it's a blessing to have this opportunity to work from home, to make money for your babies without having to go to work. Or if you're in college, just make money to pay your tuition without having to pick up another job. It's a blessing, and that's how you have to look at it. This is something that you should not be ashamed of. You should feel like a boss when you're talking to people, like, yeah, I get to work from home with my kids and make money. Instead of thinking of it as like, ooh, I'm kind of nervous to tell you what I do. Like, I don't know if I should tell you if it works or not. Like, all the things that go through your mind, cut it out. You are going ruby, or emerald or diamond, whatever it is this month that you're doing. You are a leader. You make more money as a diamond than most Americans at their full-time job, okay? As a diamond, which is literally our third rank. So you have to stop thinking about this as like, if you're trying to hit the bigger ranks, this isn't for people that are looking at the smaller. If you have a dream of hitting the big ranks, you need to have the mindset of the big ranks. What would a diamond think? If you had diamond paychecks coming into your bank account right now, how would you act? How would your work ethic look? And what would your conversations be like? Step up into that space and talk like that. And that's when you're going to see your business change, okay? The biggest thing that I hear about when I can't sign distributors is that you're afraid. You're afraid of what they're going to say. What are they going to say? The worst thing they're going to do is tell you no, right? Or if they're rude, why do you care anyways? That's not somebody you want to hang out with, right? If somebody says something mean to you, are you going to want to go hang out with them? No. Why are you valuing their opinion? It doesn't matter. Block them and move on. They're gone. They're out of your space. They're out of your zone. They don't matter anymore. If you wouldn't go talk to them in person, goodbye, doesn't matter. Move on and only talk to, like when somebody tells me, and most of the time, you guys, it's all in your head if people are going to tell you something nasty. I don't get nasty messages. When I ask somebody and they really don't want to do it, which is like rarely ever, right? Because I'm always thinking and talking about the people that want to join this and want to work with me. So when I'm journaling things out, when I'm talking about my dream distributors, they're coming to me and flocking to me. And so whenever I reach out to other people that I'm like, I think you'd be good at this, most of the time, guys, they're just like, yes, I want more info. I'm scared to reach out. What if you had 10 people on your Instagram right now that wanted to do this and are scared to reach out to you because guess what? They're intimidated by you because of your confidence. And you don't reach out to them because you're low-key being not confident and you're letting that opportunity pass them by. You could be a diamond if you had 10 rocking people on your team, but you're too afraid to reach out to them. You've got to be able to, you've got to like just grow the kahunas for 5 seconds and send them messages and just say, dude, I feel like you would be good at this. You don't have to say any certain thing. Don't act like, Katie, when you're sending a message, besides the confidence part, I want you guys to do that. But don't, like, if you don't say dude, don't say dude in a message. If you're not like, hey girl, then don't say hey girl. You use your slang, you talk to them like a normal human being, as if they weren't even, you're not even a part of it works, as if you're making a new friend. I want you to think of it like that. You're at the playground with your kids, and somebody's at the playground. If you're just like, hey, okay, cool, say hey. Talk to them like that instead of having to feel like I need a script or I need you to tell me how to message this person. You literally just got to be normal, okay? Take like this weird hat that we try to put on when we're trying to be perfect. Take it off, be imperfect, and send the messages to get the people, okay? So getting that chart out, looking at how many you need and not being intimidated by that. I don't care if you need 54 distributors, which none of you guys obviously do, but if you needed 54 right now, that could still be done between you and a team. 100% can be done. And you can go in there and you can say, if I need 5 distributors, you can sign 5 distributors between today and Sunday. Guaranteed anybody on this team, no matter if you started 2 minutes ago or 2 years ago, you can sign 5 by Sunday. And you can do it by literally looking, like you need to start getting on the ball right now because you've already wasted a whole day, or actually technically almost 2 days, and you need 5 more. Okay, cool. So you need to watch distributor signing videos, attraction marketing videos, and get on the ball now and start making yourself appeal to the people. So you're gonna sign distributors, okay? It's not really hard. Like I say, it's always a success formula, but get on it and start doing it. Take the impossible off your mind. When you're promoting, not promoting is not an option. That doesn't cross the mind, and when you slightly have the thought creeping in, say absolutely not. I'm going Ruby. I'm going Emerald. I'm going Diamond. I can do it. Even when things go wrong, even when stuff is overwhelming, even when the kids don't go to bed on their bedtime schedule, even when things happen, you do not take promoting off the table. Promoting is a priority, or you're not going to hit your goal. You're not going to make the money that you need for your family. You're not going to make the money you need to be able to pay your car payment or whatever it is you're doing this for. You're not going to do it if you keep letting the promotion go to the bottom of your to-do list. It has to be number 1. And then you figure out your distributors, you figure out the volume, you calculate every single piece of volume that you need. So that means, yes, going to each distributor that you already have, getting with them, connecting with them, and saying, this is what you need to hit your next promotion. I don't ever go to somebody and be like, hey, I need you to get the 500 for me to go ambassador. Could you do that? I never do that. I'm like, okay, cool. Do you want to go Ruby this month? Cool. I'm working with you, and we're going to get you to Ruby. So this is what you need to do. Start working with your leaders instead of telling them what to do. You are not the boss. You are a leader. Leaders lead. Bosses tell people what to do. So you encourage them to be the best version of themselves, and you say, okay, so what is your goal this month? How about let's go Ruby? All right, cool. They want to go Ruby. That's great. Get them to understand they need 3 distributors, a 2,000 volume, everything we already talked about. And they're going to be focused on that after they already hit the 500 club. If they tell you, I don't know if I'm ready for Ruby, that's okay. And that should be respected, and they should be a 400 box on your chart. And then you use the other people that are rocking to move forward. This is for obviously, getting to Emerald and above. Ruby, you just need 3, literally. So getting them to the 500 club, that's fine. And that's a first accomplishment, and that might be what they need to get excited and get focused on something. And once they achieve a small goal, that might be all they need to be able to get the big goal. Many of you probably don't know this, but I literally told my enroller in the beginning, don't expect me to sign distributors. I'm never going to do that. And I also didn't get my 4th loyal customer to my 30th day. And my 4th loyal customer was my first stranger customer. I didn't know her previously. It was my first customer that wasn't a family member. And that 4th customer, you guys have that girl changed my business to give me the belief in myself to get to ambassador, because I never thought I would sign a customer that wasn't my family. And so when I signed her up, it gave me the belief in myself that I could sign more customers and sign distributors. So I never give up on somebody just because they're slow or just because they don't see the vision beyond a few loyal customers or a few, the 500 club, because it might just be that they don't believe in themselves enough yet. And that's fine. Work at the pace that your people are working, but get with the people that are ambitious, that start this and say, I'm going diamond, and work with them to get to their goals, okay? And that's what's gonna help you to rank up too. We grow by helping others. We rise by helping others, whatever the quote is. You guys get the point. And then again, here comes the next part. So once you go through this, because this is an exhausting task, going through and calculating the volume you need, right? And be like, all right, I am literally 1,999 away from my 2,000 goal. I need 5 distributors in addition to this. I'm overwhelmed again. You felt good, then you did the charting, and now I'm overwhelmed. Grow your mindset back to where it was. That's the next step. No longer are you saying, I just can't do it this month. I'm going to work towards it, but probably next month. If you're saying probably next month already, it's already off the table. So just accept that it's not happening now and it's not going to happen next month because you're already pushing it off. It's got to be done today, now, right now. No quitting off the table. There's nothing that's happening next month. We're not even focused on August yet because we're still in July. We're working on July. So you're going to do whatever it takes to get this promotion in July. So your mindset's strong. You're going to journal it out. every single day, I'm Ruby, I'm Emerald, whatever rank you're going for, I'm doing this. And like, these are my team, my leaders are doing this, they're enrolling more people than ever, all the good things. And my video is going to explain all about journaling tomorrow, but that's just going to go, that's the main thing in this, is making the decision again, recommitting to that goal, even when things are hard, even when you feel overwhelmed, and even when numbers look huge, because I promise you right now, 2K might look intimidating, but when I see 2K now, I'm like, oh, 2K, no big deal. Like, you can totally do that in like 5 seconds. Like, I've seen those crazy things happen. I've seen team bring in, when I was just an itty bitty little triple diamond, at that point, like way back when our team was way smaller, we brought in 50K in literally like 4 days, team-wide. So tell me your 2K is big. Like, you guys will be so shocked at yourself too, at what you can do when you commit. Like, I've seen people that tell me, I'm like a 4 loyal customer a month person, like I can't get more than that, sign 1,000 volume in 10 days. I've seen people that come in like, oh my gosh, I signed 60 loyal customers this month, who are usually 5 loyal customer a month distributors. It's because they decided that 5 loyal customers was no longer okay. They need more money. They need to hit their goal. Then they decide they're going to sign more, and they just do it. So no longer, you cannot be pushing anything off. Like, you make the decision, you're doing it, and you just do it. And a good way to do this is find what motivates you. Like, what do you need to do, and what can you have to stop putting off to reach the next level? That's what I want you to look at. And instead of just saying like, okay, yeah, we can hit that next month, like, what has to happen for you right now? Is it a bill? Is it like debt that you have to pay off? Is it something you want to do with your family? Like, y'all, at the end of July, summer is almost over. What have you not done this summer that you want to do? Like, realistically, like, have you even went on vacation yet? You deserve a vacation. Why are you not making money to go on a vacation and enjoy that time with your family? Enjoy that time with your kids. Give them that vacation. Take them somewhere cool. Go do something fun. Go do something cool. Put that out there. If you're like lacking motivation, I want you to imagine what it would be like to go to a spot that you've never been with your kids and show them something that they've never seen. That's something that should be out there on your mind, where you're like, I want to do this for my kids. Even if it's something just a little bit toned down smaller, like a weekend getaway, or just something like a lake or the beach or anything, like an amusement park, something that you can't afford right now, but if you got to Ruby, you're going to be able to do. I want you to focus on that so that your mind is constantly, every time you want to give up, I'm taking my kids to the beach. I'm taking my kids to the beach. I can do it. If I get to Ruby, we can go to the beach. That's where your mindset's got to be every single time you feel like stopping, okay? And yeah, Ashley says, how can you lack motivation to go after your dream life? I feel like so many people are so afraid of of failing, so that they just stop. Like, you're so afraid of people saying no. You're so afraid of somebody being mean, or somebody making fun of you, or somebody, it's like you having to, like, maybe you gave it your all and you don't hit it this month. You're so afraid of that you're never giving 100% to ever see the goal anyway. I say do it 100%, and if you are short like 300 volume, so what? You do it again next month, and guess what? You'll probably go Emerald the following month, because you already know what to do and what you did wrong in July. It's a trial and error. There's months where you're gonna fail, there's months where you're gonna rock. But I don't want you stopping or being like not going at 100% because you're so afraid of the what could be. But I want you to reverse the what could be, like, or what ifs, with the opposite of, like, what if I did go Ruby and made $500 a month? What if I did go Diamond and I made $2,000 a month? What would happen then? Bills wouldn't be a problem. There would be no cutoff slips in the mail. There would be no need to extreme coupon anymore. There would be no need to pick up extra shifts. There would be no need for the struggle. Am I right? So why are you waiting to just do the damn thing and get there and live that life when the days get hard? Remember what I'm telling you now. Are you going to do it or are you not? Literally, it's all about the decision. When I got to my event and I was literally sitting there thinking I would never be any more than just a distributor, and I saw somebody who's like 24 years old talking about $30,000 a month. I'm like, what? Like, you're only 20. Like, I, at the time, was 19 or 20. And I'm thinking, what would $30,000 a month for my family? Like, dude, we would be chilling with $30,000 a month. Like, that's a dream income. We would have no worries. Everything would be great. And that's the day I decided I was going Ambassador Diamond. And you know what? It took me 4 years to get to Ambassador Diamond. 4. And if I would have stopped because I was afraid nobody would sign up on my team, I would never have the life I have now. If I would have stopped when people quit on me, I would never be an Ambassador Diamond. If I would have stopped when things went downhill very quickly because everybody was quitting on me, everybody said no, I was having a bad month. If I quit on my worst month, I would have never reached 10K a month, or 20, or 30, or 40. I would have never hit that. But I am here now because I chose to stick it out through the hard, through the suck, through the late nights with my kids, through the crazy stuff that happens in life, deaths, and all the awful crazy stuff that happens, the chaos. I stuck it out, and I got to Ambassador Diamond. So I want you to think, even though you're just chilling at distributor right now, most people quit a distributor because they're not willing to go above and beyond to hit Ruby. And once you get a taste of what Ruby's like, you're going to be wanting Emerald. And once you get a taste of Emerald, you want Diamond, and then Double Diamond and Triple Diamond. But most people will quit before they get there. And so I want you to remember that every single time that you think about, I can't get to Ruby, I'm tired, I just can't do this. Most people quit before they get to the end. And most people quit right before a massive breakthrough is about to happen for them. Because a lot of people probably don't know this, but Jade Hooper, Ambassador Diamond, number 3 income earner, she literally messaged and got nothing for literally a whole month. And then in her second month, everybody came to her and she literally promoted. Imagine that, if you quit today and then in the next 2 weeks, all your potential sign up with somebody else. And you're like, what the heck? That happens. Not kidding. That happens all the time. So you've got to make sure, stay in tune with yourself, stay in tune with your goals. And remember, if I get to Ruby, I'm taking my kids to the beach. I'm paying off that bill. We're going to do something fun with the family. We're going to go out to eat. Before this business, we couldn't go out to eat. I couldn't even go out to Chili's. So we would do something, and I know if I had older kids, they would have recognized, wow, we're going out to eat. Things that are so small that mean such a difference, and that's such a great post too, being able to do something cool with your family. And everybody before Ruby gets intimidated by the whole well, I don't have all these things yet. You're gonna have the things when you make the sacrifices and work hard to get to the things, okay? So the best way to do this is looking at your chart saying, okay, today's the 9th. You're like, okay, I have, how many days are in July? 31. So, wow, I can't do math, but if it was a 10th, it would be 21 days. So about 21 days to reach your goal. If you need 2,000 volume divided by 21 days, right? However much that is, that's how much volume each day you need. I think that's 100 a day, right? Yeah, something like that. 100 a day. Can you and your team bring in 100 BV a day? Let's just be honest. Let's just talk about that, okay? Yeah, you can. You sign one person, you and her do 50 BV a day for the rest of the month. Can you do that? Could you? Really? You can, okay? You can. That's literally the easiest thing. 100 BV a day, no problem. Wipe it out. Everybody can do that. And all it takes is the dedication and say, I'm not going to bed until I hit 100 volume. I'm not going to bed until I hit 100 volume. I'm disciplined. If it's midday and you haven't signed a loyal customer, what are you going to change about the second half of your day to get more loyal customers? That's how you divide it. And I do that with everything. All of my big goals, all of my little goals, I just divide it by the entire month. So I know okay, if I didn't hit 100 today, I got to make up for it tomorrow. And you just stick to that schedule. And when you do that, everything becomes so much easier. And if you do this with your team, imagine what would happen if you did this with your team. So if you're already boxed Ruby, you got 3 people, you're all right, cool. You guys, if you can get 1 loyal customer a day, if everybody got 1 loyal customer a day, you're good. You're good. Can that be you or what? Training your distributors to do that. Are you training them strong? Are you teaching them what to do and how to do it? If so, good. They're going to do it and you're going to go Ruby. But if not, okay, cool. Ask your upline for help. Ask them, how do I teach my new people? What am I going to, how do I maximize this? But I want you to realize that when you divide the big goals into small goals, it makes it easy. Sticking to it is important, sticking to that schedule, and then just going into with the mindset of, I'm doing it. I'm doing it, I'm doing it, I'm doing it, I'm doing it. Even on days, if you have a bad day and you sign 0 loyal customers, how are you going to change it tomorrow? How are you going to sign more customers tomorrow? And if you don't sign me the next day, it's not the end of the world. What are you going to do to sign more the next day? You will really be so surprised at what you're capable of when you make yourself stick to something. Just for example, my working out. I hate working out. It's the worst part of my day. But I've been doing it consistently for 4 weeks, almost 5 now. And my body sees a change. You don't see a great change in 5 minutes. Not today, not tomorrow. Does it suck on day one? Absolutely. It still sucks 4 weeks later. But I look better. I feel stronger. I have more energy. I'm more confident. But if I would stop at week 1, I'd have 1 week results. If I stopped at week 2, it's 2 week results, and that's just going to go back to being chubby again. So I want you to do everything daily. Make sure you have it as a priority. It's a non-negotiable. I do it or I don't promote. And when you start looking at it like that, you're like, okay, I'm doing it. And there's going to be days you're not going to want to. Like, there's just days where I'm just like, dude, the last thing I feel like doing right now is making a post. The last thing I feel like doing right now is, working out. Or the last thing I feel like doing right now is messaging or following. And I do it anyways. And there's days where I'll be in bed about to fall asleep and I'm like, shoot, I didn't follow all the people. I'm going to do it real quick. I'm knocking it out. I'm not going to sleep before I do it. When you start living like that and having discipline in your business, everything changes. Be honest in the chat. Do you have discipline when it comes to your business? Yes or no? Like, I'm talking like if I'm not going to bed until it's done. Okay, so a lot of people say no. I know Brandy says yes because you're on Alchemy's team. That's why Alchemy's team is freaking booming. Like, I'm going to just shout y'all out too because I go on eSuite and I'm like, what the heck? Like, all y'all are killing it. Like, I just see everybody. I'm like, where are you? Oh, Alchemy's team, Alchemy's team, Alchemy's team. Like, y'all are killing it. And that's how it goes. And that's when you guys see, and there's two ways to go about this. You can see Alchemy's story and know like, okay, cool. She didn't do anything, or she was rocking it out and then quit and comes back and slays. Like, literally diamond in 90 days. So there's people, and then you can look at it and be like, well, I wasn't that fast, so I'm just not like her. She's got sauce, right? No, Alchemy has dedication and work ethic, and it shows not only in her, but it duplicates into her downline because she don't play games when it comes to building her business. And so she doesn't say, well, I'm tired, I'm going to bed without sending my messages. She doesn't go to bed without a loyal customer, you guys. I'm not kidding. Like, she is a psycho about it, and it's amazing, and that's why her business grows at that level. So if you're not willing to do those things, don't get mad when you don't promote, or you just have a self-talk and be like, you know what, self, I'm pissed at you right now. Like, I have to get disciplined with my business and myself, and like, you just feel better. Like, I'm just gonna be honest, when I'm unorganized, my life feels like chaos. I feel like I'm spinning out of control. My anxiety's bad. I get all sorts of just ridiculous when that happens. But when I have everything under control, where I'm planning out my days, I have a paper planner. You guys, old-fashioned, and it has everything in there that I need to do for the day, and I feel good when it's done. Do you feel good when you do a to-do list and you check it off? Like, when you're like in mom mode and you're like, all right, laundry, dishes, dinner, like, I'm doing the things, and like, you do all the things and you're like, your husband comes home and you're like, hell yeah, I did it all, I feel good, like, I'm a boss, right? But when it comes to like, when you have nothing done for the day, you've just been like just dealing with the kids, everything's been nuts, your husband gets home and you're just like, I just want to sleep. Like, even if you were tired in the morning and you knock out stuff, you feel good. But when you do nothing all day but just, like, take care of the kids, you feel not accomplished, even though you did keep, humans alive. You don't feel accomplished because you didn't really do tasks or, like, anything that made you feel like I'm good. You just kept the kids alive, right? So, and we all know that's a task. But I'm not trying to say, like, that's not a task because we all know that is a task. But everything else, when we do the laundry and do the dishes and clean, like mop the floors or clean the bathroom, you feel good about it. The same with your business. You get disciplined. You do the things you don't want to do because when it's done, you're like, I did it. And you just feel excited. So that's the main thing. That's my tips on promoting, how to get it done and how to knock it out. If you have questions, put in the chat. But now we're going to get to work for the next 20 minutes. And I want you guys to make sure that you guys have time with that as well. So, oh wait, hold on. No, I don't want to end it. Oh my God, I messed up. Okay.